Hello everyone, good afternoon. We're going to have a debate regarding to agents in multi-chain ecosystem, infrastructure, governance, and future applications. And our moderator for today is Julie from Tako Protocol. And our speakers are Sam with AI16Z white paper author with 10 plus papers, Rein from PredX, Alex from ZetaChain, and Anthurine from EthStorage. Welcome, guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie. I'm head of growth at Tako Protocol. We're building a decentralized social media platform on top of Farcaster, and there are a lot of AI agents currently running on the social platform, being users' personal assistants or help users to deal with some on-chain activities on the platform. And people who are interested in longevity, meditation, fitness, or Burning Man or music festivals forms a lot of interested communities on the platform. So if you're interested in these topics, welcome to join Tako app. Yeah, we're in the invitation-only phase, so if you're interested, please reach out to me and I can give you an invitation code. Yeah. So today we're gonna dive into a very advanced topic in AI agents, which is AI agents in multi-chain ecosystems, and we have experts from public chains, from storage protocols, and also governance frameworks, etc. And now let's get started. Yep. So let's start with the panel with a round of self-introduction of what you're doing and what your projects are doing. Yeah.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Sam. I'm actually doing some AI research, especially in the realm of AI agent. In the January, we together with Charles, Eliza, we come up with the AI technical white paper of the Eliza OS. So basically, I'm serve as AI advisor of the Eliza OS and do some Web 2 project that unify people from the AI researchers and practitioners to be better displayed for people to acknowledge and recognize it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex, the ecosystem lead here at ZetaChain. We're an interoperability focused layer 1.
Hi guys, I'm Rein. I'm the founder and CEO of PredX. PredX is an AI-centered prediction market which helps to show up the whole use cases of AI agents on prediction market. We have AI to creating events, trade on events, and also reasoning on different events. And we also recently have a new track that is basically using AI to helping the KOLs to better promoting themselves. And we are actually trying to build up a UBI, universal basic incomes for KOLs with all this on-chain, off-chain data. Yeah, that is what we're doing. Thank you.
Hey, Anthurine from EthStorage. I'm the co-founder and also responsible for marketing and BD. So EthStorage is a storage layer for Ethereum ecosystem. We're also building a new layer 2 called Super World Computer. Compared with other layer 2, which is scaled for a TPS, we are scaled for on-chain storage. So in that way, you can put a lot of things on-chain, for example, AI agent. So we are working with Elisa right now to make like a fully on-chain AI agent.
Super cool. Yeah, so I have prepared a list of very profound questions related in this field. So you may not have to answer every question, but if you have any ideas regarding these questions, you can just hop in. Yeah. So my first question is regarding how do you see the relationship between AI, decentralized storage, and multi-chain technology evolving? What unique strengths do these technology offers to each other? Have any idea?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm actually of an opinion that I don't think it's going to go too far. And the reality is, I think I've heard this narrative before in the last cycle as well. There was, before ZetaChain, I came from BNB Chain, and during the launch of Greenfield as well, this is a narrative that we did with gaming, with decentralized storage and different multi-chain solutions. I think there's a lot of commonalities between AI and decentralized storage and multi-chain solutions right now, and a lot of it is credibility, authenticity, and data storage. I think when it goes to gaming as well, just in the previous cycle, it's pretty much the same thing. Everyone was promising in-game assets, authenticity, ownership, how do we store data. I think it's the same thing with AI, just being personally honest with the current use cases and what we've seen with AI. So I think the terminology has evolved. However, I think the actual advancements with AI in Web3 has gone pretty stagnant. I think it's an evolution of the next step of gaming. But as of right now, I just don't see it going or evolving into too many. I just don't see the strong relationship between all three.
Got it.
Yeah, actually, honestly speaking, I feel in the current cycle, it's a little bit hard to see the real use cases of AI on chain, because most of the AI agents, they are really just about replying the tweets. AI XBT is probably the best of it. And the big problem is that there's not too much need from the AI side. Probably I think it's still bottlenecked by the AI, what it can do. And we don't need to actually put a lot of things on chain. So basically, it's somehow the AI on-chain and off-chain does not make that difference. But I feel like there's still a lot of hope that if you can build up a state machine on-chain so that you can track all the basic chain of thoughts on-chain, you basically can build up the trustworthy layer so that the AI agent, you can really delegate some work for it to do. And there might be some of the auditing agent coming out to really see the AI agents which is functioning right based on what actually is promised to do, and checking the status on chain and seeing the basically chain of thought. I feel like that thing may really make something different. For example, if you really want to delegate your wealth to the AI agents to manage it, it's good to see how they actually see the market, auditing it, and basically see they will not have any hallucinations about the decision process. I feel the AI agents still need to be a little bit more powerful in terms of showing off its decision capabilities and put this data on chain, but I'm still bullish on it. Yeah.
Thank you, Ren.
Since I came from the decentralized storage side, so I may comment more for this side specifically. So there are two sides. So the first one is product side. So whether we need to bring the data on chain, especially for the AI agent. So for majority of the part, to be honestly, so it's okay to have off-chain. But if we really want to bring something on chain, so is the infra right now is capable enough to do that? Especially for the EVM ecosystem right now is no. So we know we already have IPFS or Wave, but those kind of decentralized ways is another ecosystem and only for the code data, not for the programmable data, especially for AI agent, which need programmable data. So there is no such infras. And the second part, instead of the product itself, is the front end code. So no matter for the AI agent or other the apps, currently, everything is decentralized, we claimed, but the website, the front end code is still centralized way. So using DNS, using Infura, and the GoDaddy domains, especially we know the Bybit attack, because the front end code is hosted offline, so someone hacked that and changed that secretly. So that part, I think right now we definitely need to host fully on chain, and if anything happens, at least someone knows, because in the blockchain, because the transparency, so we will say, oh, someone changed some part at what part. Like I said, for two part, the front end part, right now, we should bring that fully on-chain first. And for the product part, we need to decide which data should be bring on-chain and which data we can just run off-chain. Yeah.
Got it. Do you have any comment? Okay, it's okay. Yeah, so I want to follow up with the on-chain and off-chain processing. So how can we strike the balance between on-chain and off-chain processing while maintaining, while we can optimize the performance of AI agents and maintaining the decentralization? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel we can learn something from the L2, how to do it. Basically, they make the computation kind of off-chain and make the storage on-chain, right? So use some roll-up capability. So I feel whenever you want to strike the balance between the computation and the storage, in the traditional computer architecture, right, you also need to see like what kind of things you need to put into the CPU cache, what kind of things you need to put in memory, and also the disk. Yeah, so this kind of speed trade-off actually also happening right now, I think. Yeah, in the future, probably you can have a really high-performance chain. You can put really everything on chain. But today, you must to make the trade-off. I feel like there still need to be something like creating a real need that we need to put things on chain. I feel like right now it's something like really something like people it's hard to agree with each others. For example, like I know some of the bank system, right? They have all the transactions put on chain across the different banks. They have the settlement on chain, and because you really need to enforcing this kind of like high stake consensus between each others, and they have the motivation to really run because whatever federated chain or like a private chain, but they have at least some blockchains across the different banks and make it, useful. I feel like from the consumer layers, right? So whenever people really care about the consensus across the different kind of use cases, for example, we can starting from medical like devices or somehow between different like hospitals, right? We can share something like that, and I feel like there's a great use case that even through you might facing some of the politic issue and privacy issues, but I feel like this kind of consensus block across a different kind of like high stake use cases, still we need to have something on chain, but the competition probably is not that like need to be real time. Yeah, so I think that is probably need to be on chain. Off chain is really about to boosting the performance, and I think most of the things is off chains. That is what is to be. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, let's move to the next question. So we were talking about multi-chain. Like, have you seen any promising use cases of AI agents running on multi-chain? Yeah.
I think I can go. So far, I think we're quite limited with the use cases of multi-chain use cases with AI agents. And I go back to the fundamentals of Web3 and what got me started here was we all have this common vision to onboard the next billions of users from Web 2 into Web 3. However, I feel like the current solutions that are very much multi-chain focused actually created short-term solutions for long-term problems. So even with the most common multi-chain solution, which is cross-chain messaging, it really only offers two real solutions, which is value transfer and very limited data transfers. Value transfers in the form of being able to mint a token on any chain, but still having a source chain. So one of the use cases using a messaging protocol right now in a cross-chain, multi-chain way is pretty much if an AI agent just has a token launched on some AI agent platform and it uses either one of the largest messaging protocols, and it's more speculative. And with the very limited data transfers that we see right now with current interop solutions with cross-chain protocols, it's NFTs. But even so, NFTs is still having that same NFT in a source chain, but then you're replicating that data across a different chain. And that use case of that NFT is very still limited right now. I personally think if we want to find innovative use cases of AI agents in Web3, we have to think about it from a Web2 consumer point of view. The reason why Web2 applications of AI have been dramatically adopted is because it simplifies the user experience from multiple steps to one. So I think it's very relevant to coding where previously you had to open different tabs, different applications to launch a product from a single line of code all the way to a finished application. ChatGPT has simplified that entire process to one singular application where no one has to switch a tab. If we want to bring that into Web3, the only use cases that I personally see is in DeFi. If in DeFi, the complexities of swapping, of finding a pool, calculating how much fees you're going to earn, depositing into a liquidity pool, getting an NFT of that LP token, liquidating it, then going into a money market, it's all cumbersome, it's tiring, it's a very big roadblock. I think AI agents that are able to simplify that process for DeFi is going to be the big hit, in my opinion. Being able to simplify that entire process from swapping, bridging, depositing, and withdrawing in a single user interface is going to be the most interesting application that I see. But as of right now, I personally don't see any attractive AI use cases on Web3.
Thank you, Alex. Anyone want to help me?
I personally, I do very agree with Alex. For me, from an AI perspective, I think that currently we have more agent very useful, but in a built-in format, which means that the agent itself cannot be fully open source, so people do not know what happened behind the agent, especially when it refers to related to DeFi or multi-chain like transactions, transfer, mint, and etc. It has it's raised much concern because nobody knows what the agent's execution path. So the intent recognition is somewhat ambiguous for people to use them. So so far, I think people, especially for people who are more focusing on the infrastructure of AI agent, the trust system, the trustworthy system is a must-have thing, a tool, the foundation to a more open source agent system to be utilized, to be acknowledged by more and more Web3 users. Because so far, the wallet people use daily very frequently, they are all transparent for people. People are familiar with to check the transaction in SolScan, EtherScan, and other things like that. So if the agent is so ambiguous, so not so opaque for people, we cannot trust them. So many people, this is a main barrier for people, especially when it related to the transaction things, the trading things. Yes.
I want to add on to Sam. I agree with everything that he said, but not to sound too bearish on AI agents in Web3. I will say that I like all the interesting use cases that have popped up in AI agents. I actually think it's quite important that we're having so many use cases that we can really deep dive into and kind of see the creativity of what developers are doing with AI agents right now, whether it be a chatbot that has very ambiguous ownership of what's happening on the back end, or maybe it's a KOL influencer that's taking over Twitter. I think a lot of those use cases brings attention to the wider Web3 economy of how we can monetize those agents. I think that's something that Web2 lacks, is how do we monetize individual AI agents, in my personal opinion. And Web3 kind of brings those opportunities to a lot of those developers that want to bring them on chain. I just don't think we're at that stage yet, but the current use cases that bring a lot of visibility is only great for all of us here, whether it be a fad in the short term or the long term. It's good that we're able to continue to innovate and find more real use cases based on all these discussions that we're having on the actual technical details of these AI agents.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Alex. I'm pretty bullish about AI agents on chain. I think perhaps that on-chain transactions or on-chain value transfer could be a very large use cases of on-chain AI agents. Yeah, so I want to follow up with the trust issue. Like, how can we improve trust and ensure security while the AI agents make autonomous decisions of on-chain transactions and using on-chain stored data?
So let me be specific. In ELIZA, we are building a team, comprise a team of the market of trust, which is served to evaluate the agent execution in each step. Because so far, we used the intent recognition system to trigger the actions with the input prompts and consider following dialogue. So upon this, with the context going wild, it's really essential for people to understand what the action it execute and how is the whether it's safe or not. Especially it's how could I say, comprised of a large amount of token transfer, mint, or things like that. So this is a very initial stage, but I think that many projects has now realized the value of that. Because a standalone protocol to evaluate the agent execution confidence or the trustworthy is the key step for more people to get understand of the agent and to get to use it. So this is what ELIZA OS is currently doing.
Yeah, so with my point of view, well, actually the agent and automation, they are actually two different concepts. So basically, automation is somehow you really want to reduce your manual work, and AI agents basically somehow like to help you accomplish what you really want to do. Mainly about doing some searchings, automatic organizings, that like you personally is actually you don't want to do or you even don't know how to do. So we need to separate these two basically. The automation, we feel like that part, how to make it more secure, is really about like to make the APIs actually, you can think like either formal verifications or somehow to make the APIs point-to-point verifiable. So in that sense, actually the things can be really done with the current the cryptocurrencies, the standard, right? Like something like privacy preserving or all this kind of works that are already there, but you really need to bring all the API together to make it work. So that's one thing. I feel that is really about security auditing, or somehow like you can really upgrading your current system to make it like more secure, end-to-end provable. So that's on the proveness side. Another is really about the agent side. I think the agent side is somehow the most important thing in that how you can make the hallucination reducing it, and how you can make it possible, in my feeling, is you really need to use another agent to auditing the agent. So you can think like more like a red team. So the red teams, you can really fight against the blue team in a way that only agent can really help with those things. Because like the big problem of using human to verify agent is that there's so much possibilities, right? So the humans cannot go through everything. So in my point of view, you really need to have this kind of auditing agent that can really attacking this agent from different kind of aspect to pop the holes. You can think probably adversarial machine learning can help, because personally my experience is really on the attack side. So how you can design probably a reinforcement environment that have agents to attack the agent, and so that you can have automatic detection of all the flaws. I feel that might be improving the transaction and the security level of all this kind of right now the agents which cannot do. Yeah.
Thank you, Rin.
Just add a little bit for the trust side. So T will definitely be, one of the method. And another one we are working with ELIZA is we had another proposal for the fall proof. So that may be another way to make sure the trust. In terms of like security, I know the product security, smart contract security has been very important for Web3, no matter for AI agent or like DeFi. But the front end like security has been something we never pay attention to, but actually a lot of attack came from the front end side, like the DNS attack and server attack, because all those are centralized components, especially for this Bybit attack. It's worth to mention multiple times. So make all the front end like fully on chain will be another way to help us to avoid such attack. Yeah.
Thank you, Anthurine. Okay, yeah, so now I'm going to ask a few like one-on-one questions to each of you. So let's start with Sam. So according to your experience with AI16Z or ELIZA, what is the most effective governance framework for like AI agents or AI agents managed financial systems?
I think so far, even ELIZA, the most prestigious agent framework in the Web3 area, I think it's far from the mature, from my perspective. So I think a feasible way to do the things like you said, to own the governance, all things like that, or mature add-on, I think it should be driven. This project should be driven by a set of mature engineers, like from the big tech or something like that. But so far, nothing happened. So just many agentic framework just continue its own way to incorporate the passioners from the outsiders to build. So there is extremely shortcomings of it. It's because you can't just coordinate them very efficiently. So the progress is somewhat very slow. This is my perspective.
Okay, thank you. So to Alex, so how does ZetaChain's approach to interoperability create new possibilities for AI agents operating across multiple chains? and what developer tools or frameworks are needed to simplify cross-chain AI application development?
This goes back to my previous example of existing cross-chain protocols that are very messaging based. It really only enables two types of use cases with AI agents. One is the value transfer. The value transfer meaning you launch a token on one chain, you do a multi-chain approach, and you source a liquidity pool on another chain. So it's really speculative, and it's really based on trading volume. The other one is just standard NFTs. I haven't seen a very tangible use case with that yet. The way that we try to differentiate ourselves is, even though our base layer, we have an interoperability protocol, we have the ability to read and write smart contracts across all of our different chains. We can integrate any L1, L2, non-EVM, rollup, etc., but we're not in the business of doing that. We are only going to integrate a very few chains. And with those very few chains, a user on one chain, whether you're non-EVM or EVM, a developer can build a singular application on ZetaChain. There's no third-party bridging on ZetaChain as well. All the data, all the smart contracts live on ZetaChain. And a user on any one of those connected chains can use any of their native assets, any of their stables, to interact with a ZetaChain application. Whether you're using a Bitcoin wallet, a Phantom wallet, EVM wallet, to use your applications on ZetaChain. We've been live, and some of these protocols are already live as well. So I think with AI agents on ZetaChain, some of the most popular, interesting use cases that I see is more DeFi based. I go back to the example of simplifying that DeFi user experience. And personally, I think it's going to be something with yield aggregation. I think swapping is a really great example, but I think there are a lot of really good use cases that fit that use case really well. But I think yield aggregating is a very complex use case where a user has to swap and deposit. Oftentimes, this only attracts very low frequency, high value users who know what they're doing in DeFi. So with ZetaChain, what I hope to build out internally is AI agent that's a yield aggregator, where it's able to provide insight on different liquidity pools from different chains and different dexes. And a user from any chain, whether you're a BNB user and you want to, I don't know, you have USDC on BNB and you want to deposit that into a USDC liquidity pool on Radium, on Solana, you're able to do that in a one product click UI UX, and that feature is already live. What we hope to build on top of that is an AI agent that provides the insight for the users and is able to execute those actions on behalf of the users. In terms of like incentive and strategies on how to grow that out, I have no idea. I think a lot of Web3 incentives and strategies are very short-term focused. A lot of it is just based on trading fees, volumes, and more liquidity providers. I honestly have no idea what incentives or really how to grow out the AI agents for longer term use cases. But that's my simple answer, I guess.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah. So to Rein, how does predictive AI models benefit from like accessing to multi-chain data? Yeah. Could you please share some real life examples?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so, actually, as far as you know, so we also build up like trading AI agents and also prediction market AI agents on multiple chains. As far as I know, so different chains have different use cases, and right now, so there are two things. One is that how you can aggregating data across the different chains. Second is that how you can build out the predictive models that actually can benefit from another chain. So the first one, actually aggregating data from multiple chains is a little bit challenging in terms of like bridging data crossing, as Alex mentions. So actually the most important use cases is that like we can detecting some of the early signals of the market, right? If you're looking for different chains activeness. So actually the early things you can do is that looking for some like hype chains, and then the trading volume already goes down a lot. So you probably can detecting the early sign of like the market's going quiet. Yeah, so that is one of the use cases for trading. Honestly speaking, I feel like still, unfortunately, one of the great use case of blockchain is still for trading. So if that's the sense, I feel like we need to really double down the investment on trading, not actually find some other use cases as I speak. So basically, I feel like the trading, you can do a lot of things, right? So the prediction market, of course, is one of the things that you can do on event trading. So event trading is basically you need to have an event created based on the current narrative or current attention that people really focus on, and build up the AI agent that really detect the market sentiment, see how the narrative propagated across in the market, and seeing what is actually happening on Twitter and as well as on chain. So you can build up the trading agent that can help you to properly identify whether Kanye basically have a token released like recently, or which is the correct smart contract CA for the kind of token for all the YZY thing. So how you can actually detecting this, for example, across a base chain, BNB chain, Solana, actually to invest in the correct chain in the first moment. So that is something we need to do. So basically, idea simply answer is select all the chain data and select the best one you want to do the trade. Yeah, that is actually the predict model to see the propagation information across the different chains and select the one you can narrow down to basically put your orders. Yeah, that is how we do right now. I feel in terms of the future, I really feel like different chain may have different kind of use cases, and so that we can really go to different chains based on the features, not actually go to different chains all for memes, right? CZ memes, Solana meme, base meme. Unfortunately, it's still this case. But I really hope that one day we can see, right, okay, so I will build up orchestration systems, really, I mean, go for each chain for their feature, integrate together, and I'm thinking probably next bull market we'll see something like that, yeah.
Cool, yeah, thank you, Ren. Yeah, so to Anthurine. Yeah, so I know there is an iconic dynamic storage model at EthStorage. So how can this model create more opportunities or possibilities for AI agents compared to the traditional static storage model?
So first, for all the AI agents, so definitely what they need is the dynamic data for sure. And like I mentioned before, so to put everything on chain is not reality at this moment. So maybe we can facing some different steps. The first step is bring the front end data on chain. So that's easier for us, might not be easier for other chains. But after that, so we can think about like what are the product data we want to bring on chain, and someone stays still off chain, and maybe later on is bring everything on chain. Because for us, right now we can do PB level, but PB level is not big enough to have all the AI model on chain for sure. So we need to decide what are the important data to bring on chain. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. Yep. So I think we're running out of time. So if you have any final comments to this topic that you want to share with the audience, perhaps you can hop in.
Okay, so I'm gonna be very brief. So I think the topic is all about the agent, and the future that we are great at is about how to combine the agent with trading or transactions on chain or etc. So we think many people are really notice the value of that. Are really we can hope to see something really big in the upcoming 6 or 9 months. I have the confidence to see that.
Yeah, I agree with Sam over here. I think my final remarks is there's so much siloed ecosystems. There's a lot of fragmentation in users, liquidity, and I would like to say actions. I think at one point in a couple of years, once the noise dies down a little bit and once we're more focused on building, we're all going to find our niche, and a lot of the ones that haven't been able to compete properly will be going away, just honestly speaking. Each chain will have their niche, whether it be gaming AI agents, trading AI agents, or maybe it's something that's more low frequency, high value AI agents that I talked about previously. I think we have to double down on resources to really find that developer, those talents to really build out those AI agents to do it, or else we're just going to be in this stagnant limbo where we're just going to see a lot of memes and a lot of very basic AI agent deployments right now. But overall, very bullish on the entire AI agent narrative. It's just going to take us a bit of fine tuning and a bit more time to get there.
Thanks. Yeah. Actually, based on I want to have 3 things about this. Is firstly, everything that's great actually take time, and actually it's always the process not linear. It's always like we call the Hawkins process, something like go up, go down, go up, and go down, something like that. Like you need to repeat multiple times. Like BTC, right? BTC actually we are the 5th wave, and then it's finally got somehow mass adoptions because all the governments they start embracing BTCs, and at least the stable coins we really see some real usage. So they go through the 5 waves, and right now for AI agents I think we are probably on the 2nd wave, I could say. So there's still a long time to go until the real mass adoption. I feel a lot of people get a little bit disappointed about actually the meltdown of the market on Solana base, the expectation of AI agents. I feel like there's still like 2 or 3 waves until like we really see the bright future we are actually everyone is trying to see. So stay up there, like usually take time. But I feel like, and there's another comment. So I feel a lot of people like see there's only one wave of the meme, right? Meme is a great product for doing marketing, of course, but a lot of meme projects only have one wave. I feel like if you really want to use a meme to, pushing your AI agent further, you need to create multiple waves. Talk to a market maker or someone, like hold your findings, not actually run away. You need to boosting this and let people get more impressed about what you're doing. Like one probably 2 is not good enough. 4 or 5 probably is the thing you want to do. So if you really want to use meme to boosting your token, make it multiple waves. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
So currently, majority of the AI agent, I would say almost like all of them, so are running in the centralized way. Only the token is issued on blockchain. So that's why people think they're all like AI meme. To make that really different, you need to bring some part into the blockchain to have the utility value. And that part needs the help from us for decentralized storage, and we're willing to help. Meme is definitely fun to use, but to play with that. But we all know that's not the ultimate goal for the whole industry. So we need to have some utility value for that.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing. I have learned a lot. Yeah. So let's give a round of applause for the panelists today. Yeah. If you have any further questions, you can come and chat in the dance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get a group photo.